They risked their lives in the swamps by day and lived by their own rules at night. But behind the fame of swamp people, not every story ended with victory over a gator. Some cast members faced heartbreak, shocking scandals, and even tragic deaths. And tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the cast of swamp people you thought you knew. Who landed behind bars? Who faced devastating loss? And whose story took a turn no one expected? Stick around, because the truth is even more shocking than the show ever revealed. RJ&J. Paul Molinaire, the road rage scandal. Fans love the father-son duo RJ&J. Paul Molinaire, with over 60 years of hunting experience, plus RJ's world champion arm wrestling titles and Paul's Golden Gloves boxing background, they seemed unstoppable. But in 2013, their reputation nearly came crashing down. What started as a road rage incident spiraled into something far darker. The Molinaires followed a man into a Louisiana convenience store and reportedly attacked him with a beer bottle. The victim was left bloodied, with a black eye and swollen jaw. Charges of aggravated battery were filed. But here's where it gets complicated. The Molinaires claimed they were the real victims, alleging the man had thrown a bottle at their truck first. Despite the serious charges, the duo shockingly stayed on Swamp People. No public conviction records ever surfaced, and eventually, the storm seemed to pass. But fans couldn't forget, and questions about what really happened still linger to this day. Randy Edwards, a tragic loss. Randy Edwards grew up in a swamp hunting family and carried the Edwards legacy proudly on the show. But in 2018, tragedy struck. At just 35 years old, Randy died in a devastating car crash in Louisiana. His truck veered off the road, hit a utility pole, and overturned, ejecting him from the vehicle. Authorities said he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and suspected impairment might have played a role. The Swamp People community was shattered. A beloved hunter, a husband, and a father of 3, gone far too soon. Fans poured out condolences online, proving just how much Randy's presence had meant to the show. Roger Rivers, from fearless hunter to arrests. Roger Rivers wowed viewers in Season 5 with his fearless hunts, including the time a 12-foot gator launched itself at his boat. But his off-screen life told a different story. In 2017, Roger was arrested on a laundry list of wildlife violations, selling alligator snapping turtles, illegally trading reptiles, and even selling deer meat and alligator meat without proper licensing. As if that wasn't enough. In 2022, he faced fresh charges of contractor fraud, accused of taking thousands from a client without ever finishing the job. Once a fan favorite, Roger's reputation became a cautionary tale of how quickly a swamp legend can fall from grace. Trapper Joe, violence behind the scenes. Known as Trapper Joe, Joe Lafont and his stepson Tommy Chauvin were an unforgettable duo. But behind the charm was a darker side. In 2012, Joe was arrested in Florida after witnesses claimed he punched his girlfriend and tried to burn her with a cigarette. Just 3 years later, another girlfriend accused him of breaking 2 of her ribs in a violent altercation. Although neither woman pursued full charges, the damage to Joe's image was done. By 2016, Trapper Joe quietly disappeared from Swamp People, his off-screen scandals overshadowing his on-screen legacy. Nicholas Payne, apprentice turned fugitive. Nicholas Payne, once the apprentice of Bruce Mitchell, had one of the briefest and most explosive stints on the show. In 2011, deputies responded to a disturbance at his home. Things escalated fast. Payne allegedly struck a female deputy in the chest and bolted into the woods. When a K-9 unit caught him, he was bitten and hospitalized. Worse yet, Payne had an outstanding warrant in Florida tied to drug charges. He was jailed on multiple counts including battery of an officer and resisting arrest. His reality TV career ended overnight. Troy Landry, the king of the swamp, faces trouble. Troy Landry, the king of the swamp, seemed untouchable, but even he found himself in hot water. In September 2024, an undercover sting operation caught Troy illegally harvesting an alligator without proper tags. His boat, motor, and the gator itself were seized, and he faced fines and possible jail time. Though Troy downplayed the incident, fans were stunned. If even the king could slip up, what else don't we know about life behind the cameras? Chase Landry, gunfire on the bayou. Troy's son, Chase, carried his father's fiery spirit, but in 2016, He crossed a line that made headlines nationwide. While navigating the waters of Louisiana, Chase fired a gun at a passing shrimp boat, claiming it was coming too close and threatening to swamp his smaller vessel. The bullet struck a gas can on the other boat, a move that could have turned catastrophic. Chase was arrested and charged with illegal discharge of a weapon. Fans were divided. Was he protecting himself or reckless with his power? Mitchell Gist, a beloved life cut short. Few moments hit fans harder than the sudden death of Mitchell Gist in 2012. Just days before his 48th birthday, Mitchell collapsed while working near Bell River. The cause was later revealed to be a heart attack. Mitchell and his brother Glenn were fan favorites, embodying the authentic swamp lifestyle. His passing left a hole not only in the show but in the hearts of viewers who felt like they'd lost a friend. Tommy Chauvin, two near-death experiences. Known as Trigger Tommy, Chauvin lived through not one, but two brushes with death. First, a massive 5-car pileup in 2012 left him shaken but alive. Then, in 2019, a devastating explosion left him with a partially amputated hand, ruptured eardrums, and serious eye damage. Though he fought hard to recover, the injuries forced him to retire from gator hunting during the pandemic. His survival story still inspires fans who watched him battle against odds most couldn't imagine. Dusty Crumb, the wild man's fight for his life. Dusty Crumb, the fearless python hunter from Swamp People, Serpent Invasion, faced his deadliest challenge far from the swamp. In 2021, a truck crash crushed his leg, nearly costing him his life. Using only his shirt, Dusty tied a makeshift tourniquet to stop the bleeding until help arrived. After 5 surgeries and weeks in the hospital, he beat the odds. By 2023, he was back in the Everglades, proving nothing, not even death itself, could stop the wild man. Tyler the Swamp Dog, a loyal friend lost. Even the animals of Swamp People have captured fans' hearts, none more than Tyler the Swamp Dog. As Bruce Mitchell's loyal hunting partner, Tyler retrieved gators, warned of danger, and became a fan-favorite character in his own right. When Tyler passed away in 2014 from heart failure, fans across the world mourned as if they'd lost their own pet. From triumphs in the swamp to tragedies no one saw coming, the cast of Swamp People reminds us that real life can be just as dramatic as what we see on TV. Which story shocked you the most? The arrests, the near-death experiences, or the heartbreaking losses? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And remember, in the swamp, danger doesn't just lurk in the water. Sometimes, it follows you home.